So just before the video does start, just a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. I do daily trading guides including loads of price sheets for special card trading, silver trading and so on and so on. And you get them daily over there for £5 a month or free with Amazon Prime. Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new video. So in today's video we are going to be covering the shadow trading method. Now this is actually a video or a method I'm going back over, and that is because I've done this method for about a month, and as a result I've basically should be able to make a much clearer video and a much more helpful video with better tips and tricks. Because again, I uploaded this video a month ago, but I always feel really bad sending people to this video because I don't think it's so clear, and as a result people get a little bit confused. So hopefully you're going to redo this video and it is going to be a bit clearer. Now I've actually tried to do this video like twice and it kind of sounded really complicated, so I'm trying to do it again, but hopefully a little bit clearer. So, shadow trading. Shadow trading is a method where you trade with special cards with a shadow. Now the reason you do this is because the shadow chem style is worth 14k. So if a shadow chem style is worth 14k, you know, it's 14k more if you were to go and buy the player, buy the chem style, boom, plus 14k. But you could buy a player with shadow, and as a result of buying that player with shadow, you can save yourself the difference. Now, you're going to be trading with special cards with shadow, and that's because special cards are rarer than normal cards, and as a result of being rarer, it helps for the fluctuation of prices. The rarer a card is, the more supply and demand basically affects it. So let's say, 100 people want to use a card. If it's rarer, it's going to rise more than, if 100 people want a very common card. So that is why you're looking for special cards with shadow. Now, there's going to be two parts of this video. Obviously all in the same video, but part one is going to be how are you going to find the deals. Part two is going to be how do you know if it's a deal. So without further ado, how many coins you need to do this method? You want at least 300k. Now the reason you're at 300k, you could do it with 200k or even 150 if you know what you're doing, but the idea is that if you have 300k, you're going to buy cards, not be in a panic to sell them, and as a result get high profit margins by listening to players more. And number two is, if you have 300k, you can afford obviously a lot more players than if you only have like 50 or 100k. So, without further ado, let's go and crack underway with how to find the filter. Now, this is the quite complicated part, well, relatively complicated part, so I'm going to try and make it nice and slow and nice and easy to follow. So, basically three parts to this filter. First thing is getting the default filter. Now, your default filter will be special, shadow, there we go, a minimum bid of 9.5k, a maximum bid of 13k, and a minimum buy now of 11k. Now, the reason this is your filter is just because this works, okay? Now, this is not going to be your final filter, this is going to be your starting filter. So, I'll give you guys a second to go and put this in while I ramble on about stuff. Yeah, basically there's going to be two parts to this. The first part is going to be getting rid of UCL cards, and the second part is getting rid of the other cards. The reason this works, or the reason you have to do this, is for this mechanic to work in game. It's a very strange mechanic that only works on console, and it's called compare price back out. And what happens is, as long as there aren't two cards over an hour, you can keep pressing compare price back out. So that's square and circle, or that's X and B for the 5 people left on Xbox. And what this will do is this will refresh the market on the 5th, 9th minute. And of course, if you keep on spamming that 5th, 9th minute looking at new deals, well, you're going to see new deals. So hopefully you've gone and got this searching. Now, what you're going to do is, as I say, make sure there is only one or less card over an hour. So the first way of doing this is to get rid of UCL cards. You're going to get a lot of UCL cards under this because EA make it a pain in the backside and make UCL cards obviously count as special cards. So we need to get rid of every UCL card over an hour. So let's have a look at them. We've got 11,750, 12k, 12k, and 13k. So to get rid of all of these UCL cards, I'm going to have to increase the minimum buy now. Again, you're only touching the minimum buy now to get rid of UCL cards to 13,250. Because of course if I increase it to 13,250, that's getting rid of all of the UCL cards. Now, the game is broken right now. Now you can actually leave one card over an hour. So let's say there was maybe a stray Romelu Lukaku with a 20k buy now. You can leave that one because again you're allowed one card over an hour. Now we've got to get rid of the rest of these cards. Actually no, before I do that, let me just go for it again. So again, you're going to start here at 11k. Just because I'll show you again, hopefully make it nice and easy. So again, you're going to start here at 11k and you want to get rid of the UCL cards. So you're going to scroll to that 5th, 9th minute and have a look at the UCL cards. And once again, it does all of these trends. And again, you just need to get rid of all, if not all but one. So again, how we're going to do that is increase the maximum buy now. So you see the third, I guess, filter down. It doesn't really matter about changing the max buy now, just do it out of habit. And again, the game's a little bit glitched right now, so you're going to have to change it to shadow every time. And again, you're going to get rid of all the cards. Now, okay, as I said earlier, you can only have one card over an hour. Obviously, there are a few more cards over an hour, but you're going to get rid of these cards via another part of the filter. And that part of the filter is going to be your maximum price. Your maximum price is obviously going to be your maximum bidding price. So let's go and search and have a look at some of the bids. Now, what you need to do, bids is either the start price or the current bid if they've got a bid on them. So what we're going to do is, again, scroll to the 59th minute, and we need to get rid of these cards. Now, the minimum buy now is a price you're going to raise. You saw us raise it from 11k to 13,250 to get rid of the ECLs. The maximum bid is a card price you're going to lower. So what we got to do is we've got to look at these cards, and you're either looking at the start price or the current bid, whatever one is higher, and that is basically the price they're going to fit under. So let me lower it right now from 13k to 1250, and let's see if that gets rid of them. Fun fact, anyway. So we still got 1, 2, 3 cards over an hour. Again, you can only have one card over an hour. So let's go and try and lower that a little bit more. Let's go and lower it from 1250 to 12,250. And again, I'm going to go and search this, scroll to the 59th minute, and as I say, if there's only one card over an hour, we've done it correctly. There is only one card over an hour. Perfect. It worked. So there you go. There's your filter. Now what you're going to do is you're going to press compare price back out and look for a deal. But I'll get underway with looking for a deal again. Just want to make sure you guys know, because this is probably one of the hardest part about this method, is working out how you get the filter. So again, you're going to start up with special. You're going to go 9.5k minimum. You're going to start the maximum bid at 13. You're going to start the minimum buy now at 11. And then you're going to increase that minimum buy now to get rid of all the UCL cards. So that's going to be 13,250. And then you're going to decrease that maximum price until you only get one card over an hour, which is going to be 12,250. Now, here comes the deals. The second part, I guess, is how do you know it's a deal? Because obviously, you know, it's all good having a filter that's going to have new players popping up, which again, you're going to press compare price back out. But how do you know it's a deal? Two ways. One, you have previous market knowledge. Two, you check FootBin. So let's say I'm going to go and compare price back out right now until a new card pops up. If this wants to happen in a short amount of time, they'll make it nice for the video. But so you're going to keep pressing square and circle or X and B if you're on Xbox. Now, the cards will pop up more frequently on the weekend, obviously with more people playing. And likewise, probably more cards pop up after 6 PM. A lot of the reason for this is people will have new SBCs popping up. And as a result, they'll go and sell players in the club to go and, you know, get enough coins to go and do SBCs. And as a result, they'll drop, well, you know, as a result, they'll panic sell them. And then they'll be, well, you'll be able to get good deals. So, there's nothing new going to be put on the market. I always feel like it's a glitch, but it could just be I could just be unlucky. We'll use Kappa as an example. Now, what you're looking for is you're looking to buy the player for cheaper than what they are without the chem style. Now, how do you know what someone is without a chem style? A beautiful little thing called FootBin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and type Kappa in. We're going to look at Inform Kappa right now, and we're going to see that Inform Kappa is about 20k. So again, you really want to get them cheaper than what they are on FootBin, and you want to get them kind of about 5 to 10% cheaper than what they are on FootBin. The reason for this is you'll cover tax if it isn't a good deal in the end. But as I say, you're going to keep pressing compare price back out. Here we go, a delete has popped up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type delete in, if you would like to pop up. Delete, delete, delete. So 50k he is on FootBin. It's about 52k right there. That's okay, but again, I'm looking for a little bit cheaper before I want to buy. If it was about 45k, I would have bought that, because that's already a 5k difference, let alone with the Shadow Chem Cell, which will probably add about 3 or 4k more, you know, a larger difference. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to keep pressing compare price back out until a good deal pops up. Now, the second thing, or I guess the good thing with this, is you actually build up your market knowledge. For example, I didn't know how much the lit was worth right there, so I had to go and use FootBin. So again, I typed in his name. But now, hopefully I'll carry that knowledge that, okay, if that delete popped up for, there we go, let me buy that. If that delete popped up to 45k, literally that's perfect to show you what happens. I didn't have to go and check right there. I already knew he was worth, I already knew he was worth 52k, and I literally said I'd buy him for 45k. Just apparently I have no reactions whatsoever. So let's say I went and picked up delete right there for 45k. So, we know that he's at least worth 52k. Let's have a little look what I would have been able to sell him for them. If I, again, have the ability to snipe that one right there. So again, we know he's worth 52k. We would have got that one for 45k. Now, you don't have to worry about listing it for the cheaps on the market. In fact, I would probably go and list this card for probably about 57k. You could go for like the second, you could go for the third cheaps on the market. You could go for about 57 to 58k right there. So that's going to be a, Nice little 12k difference, and after tax, you're probably going to be taking home about 7 to 9k, which is actually a really, really nice little deal. So, again, we saw one pop up. That one wasn't a deal. We saw him pop up for cheaper because we knew how much he was going for. We bought him, and again, we'd go and list him about probably the 5th or 6th cheapest on the market. Depends how fast you need coins. Now, as I said earlier, you don't really want to be doing this method if you have less than 300k, and that's kind of it. Like, if I had less than 300k and if I was in a hurry to sell him, I'd probably have to go and sell him for what, like 50k? Yeah, I mean, I might even have to go 50k, which as a result, I'd literally only be making 2.5. But because you hopefully have excess of 300k, you won't be in a hurry to sell the car, which means you don't have to sell for the cheapest. You can sell for the 2nd or 3rd cheapest, and as a result, you know, you literally go from making 2.5k to making 7, 8k. Now, one way how I learn a lot of the prices, and one way how, again, I've been, you know, can turn over 300k a day, 2.1 mil a week, so on and so on, is actually tracking a lot of a lot of data on cards I sell. So what I'm going to be able to show you right now is basically, this is what I do for my subscriber perk. You'll see me advertise that at the beginning of the videos, but you can very, very easily do it. So for example, I would have sold a Carvajal yesterday with Shadow for 50k, and I would have sold one for 50k today. But what that means is, if I ever see a Carvajal pop up for 40k, what I can do is just look at this spreadsheet, go, okay, well, I know he sells for 50k, let me go and buy him now and sell him tomorrow. Now, obviously, there are weekly fluctuations, but it's just a really good way on keeping on top of what cards are selling for. It's got Max Aaron's right there, which I would have sold for 69k. So again, if I could go and get one for like 60k, it'd be a good flip. So it's kind of like a foot bin, but foot bin obviously doesn't show what cards sell for with Shadow. It just shows what cards sell for. So it's a really good way of basically you're creating your own foot bin with Shadow. So yeah, I believe hopefully I've made a video that is a lot clearer than the first one I made. So I'll go for it again. You're gonna go special Shadow. I'm going to set that minimum price to 950. You're then going to set this to 13. You're going to set this to 11 minimum buy now. You're going to increase that minimum buy now so you see no UCL cards. You're then going to decrease that maximum bid so then you don't see any other cards apart from one over an hour. You're then going to search. You're going to scroll to the 5th, 9th minute using compare price back out until a new car pops up. When a new car pops up, you're either going to have previous market knowledge like that delete like I showed you, or you're going to have to go and use Footbin and see what they are. You're looking to get them about 5 to 10% cheaper than what they are on Footbin, because remember, you do have them with a Shadow, which does add value. And yeah, hopefully that should be all good. So as always, you guys can go and ask me any questions down below. I do also stream about 10 to 12 hours every single day. You guys are, you know, happy to ask me questions on Twitter. I'm okay at answering questions, but hopefully this has been a way clearer tutorial than the one I released a month ago. I say it's insane method. I couldn't recommend this anymore. I don't really recommend methods I don't do. I don't really see the point of that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you guys in a brand new video tomorrow.